Hello, hello. How you doing? I'm Eric J. Olson with Array Digital. If you're not familiar with us, we are a digital marketing agency in the Virginia Beach, Virginia market. We work with law firms, and we always are looking for really solid people. And today, I have the pleasure of bringing on one of our newest employees, James Bryan. What's up, James?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm great, man. Yeah, so new to the team, huh?
I know it's quite an adventure, as most things are. But joining a new team is, there's that excitement and nervousness and anxiousness and
Oh,
just
yeah.
all of the feelings.
Oh, yeah. Well, we are glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah. So right now I joined the Array team as a part-time social media specialist, which is great. Love helping out. Um, kind of get the word out social media wise. It's been a really great process, kind of onboarding with you guys, and looking forward to what the future holds with that. Other than that, my day job is as a marketing director for Zyder's American Dream Theater here in town center of Virginia Beach. So really, my job is many hats to try and get butts and seats to see some live shows. Anything ranging from new plays, musicals, concerts, children's shows, comedy shows, that type of thing. So I've definitely got my fill for getting, getting people together in some sort of way, whether it be online or in person.
That's cool, man. So you got a full-time gig. This is kind of the part-time side gig, but and obviously your full-time knows what's going on. That's really great. So full-time is theater. How did you get into theater?
It was one of those things where it's like kind of like a weird like lifetime movie story. Like I was in high school and I wasn't doing so well, and a friend of a friend was like, you should do theater. It's a great outlet. And I was like, I never thought of it. I was kind of getting burnt out on sports. I had played soccer for so long. So anyway, I started doing a theater show, and it just kind of opened a new door for me. Kind of made me more of an outgoing person, an extrovert. I really enjoyed the idea of seeing how people behave and enacting that into a theater piece. So I went to school for it, and then I realized I didn't want to do theater as a living. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but for me, I liked it more as a hobby. So I've had to figure out, what do I do with my life? And 20 something years old. But again, I liked the idea of how people behave and what they like and how they get that information. So it kind of just seemed like a really natural fit to kind of go into the marketing advertising world. And so, theater is still a very huge part of my life. It was such a big difference in me as, growing up. So I don't think I could ever let it go. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm able to combine both, passions together, both marketing, advertising, and live arts in one thing.
All right. So previously, when you were like in school, you were on the stage. Mm-hmm. Now you're behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Do you ever get back up on stage?
I do from time to time. I do. It's when the right show comes along and I gotta scratch that itch. Yeah, definitely. I definitely go back on stage. It's a good stress reliever too, because there's sometimes where you have to like scream at somebody across the stage, and you don't mean it obviously in real life, but it comes out that way, and it's a good stress reliever. So, and as as somebody in the marketing advertising world, like sometimes those, you gotta find a way to escape and get that stress out. And so
That's right.
Yeah, sometimes I climb on stage and do that.
Yeah. All right. We already have a comment from the audience. My buddy, Kevin Griffin. I know that guy. Array really got a good one. Is he talking about me, or is he talking about you?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to do an online poll to really discover.
That's how you know Kevin?
I do know Kevin. Kevin and I go back as well. My friend was good buddies with him and did a lot of great stuff in college together. And so I met through his mutual friend, and so I know his wife really well too. And so it's what a small world too. And so yeah, Kevin's great. Kevin is very smart, like just a smart man when it comes to really everything, but just computers and technology and just Kevin is the man. I wish I saw him more often than I do, but I don't.
You and me both. We pre-pandemic we were getting together for coffee meetups on a regular basis, and then pandemic hit, and I think we did a virtual coffee. And Kevin, let's do it, man. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think our quarterly coffee meetup is well overdue. So I'll reach out afterwards. Yeah, Kevin and I go back several years, back to my programming days, pre Array Digital, a little bit here at Array Digital, but yeah, my background is programming. So that's how I bumped into Kevin, and we've done a lot over the years. So well, that's cool. So people in the community know you. That's good.
Yeah, I would say that's one of my key strengths too. Is like I've got some really deep roots here in the area, so I don't know that I can ever pick those roots up and go somewhere else. I spent too much time planting them.
Oh, I'm with you, man. Yeah, community is very important. It would be a challenge to reestablish somewhere else, although it could be kind of fun too. You know, like a challenge. So.
Love a good challenge. Love a good challenge. But yeah, exactly that. It's just you spend so much time, creating those relationships, that networking, which is so important, especially in the business we're in. And so to pick up and go somewhere else would be real tough.
Now, social media. What do you know about social media, James?
Just a little bit. I mean, I've I've got my personal pages, which are fine. A while back ago, I started a Halloween Instagram just as for fun. So I wasn't spamming my other friends year round with Halloween, and it took off way more than I thought it would ever do. And
it's done all right.
It's doing all right. We're doing good. We're doing good. It's cool. It's cool to see people who around the world, are into the same thing as you are, and it's very niche, but it's really neat to see kind of people feed off of that and find some inspiration and find something even on a bad day that makes them smile.
I'm trying to find it here. I must have clicked on the wrong one. That Halloween. There we go. That Halloween bro.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. All right, check it out. Look at this, everybody.
Yep.
First of all, I just want to commend you on that zoot suit. That's awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah, a company sent that to me, and I was like, I can't ever take this off. Like, this is an amazing suit. It's super comfortable too.
I think it's totally cool. Yeah, so 20,000 followers. That's not too shabby, man.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they are digging it, and I love being out there and putting myself out there, making myself as a fool. Just trying to spread some wealth of knowledge, and yeah, it's a fun side gig.
How long have you been doing this for?
This Instagram has been around for about 2.5 years. I think it started April 2019. So it's been around for about 2.5 years, I guess. And it's grown leaps and bounds.
I would say this is pretty incredible. I mean, look, this one post, 3,500 likes. Now, is this just like you put it out there and it attracted people, or are you actually doing, a little bit of growth hacking here?
So I'm not doing everything's organic. I mean, I guess you could say as much as possible. I don't do any sponsored posts or anything like that. It's all, trial and error, organic. And I'll be honest with you, I was kind of doing it as an experiment because I was in my job, I was trying to do, much of what we're trying to do here at Ray is trying to get those followers and the engagement and interaction. So really it was all right, let's test these hashtags, let's test these posts. And it's interesting to me what fails and what succeeds when it comes to social media. It's just amazing. So yeah, it's definitely all, I guess, organic in the way, but I try to watch webinars and read on things about some good hacks, if you will, to increase all that engagement.
This was the question I had, which is, where do you keep all this stuff? It appears like there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the answer is your attic is probably pretty full, huh?
Yeah, the attic is pretty full. I think if anyone were to go up to the attic, I think they'd be in for quite a surprise or nightmare. I don't know. It's it's definitely movie style up there when it's all put away.
Well, I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, so tell us a little bit. What's it been like? So you've been here, maybe a little over a month. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, just right about. I think we're creeping up on a month.
Yeah. So been working on a couple client accounts. So what are the kinds of things that you've been doing for our clients?
Yeah, I've been making posts for them. And the cool thing about this is each client is different and what they would like to see, what they expect. Which to me is exciting because again, it goes back to that wanting a challenge. How do you make an HVAC company, you know, exciting and fun on a social media channel? So, is that through memes? And if they don't like what is another way to engage people with an HVAC company or a law firm or anything like that? So I think that's been really kind of exciting and new for me because normally, with performing arts, it's kind of, we're doing this show, this is coming up, like come and see it. But with these other companies, it's different. It's, they're looking for customers, they're looking for, that trust, and, social media is just one route, but there's a certain way to that. So I think it's been very interesting to kind of create posts for all these different companies, and their expectations are different, which is great because they're not looking for a cookie cutter type of social media post, which I think is really important, to not be the same as everybody else.
I'm with you on that. It requires customization and getting to know the client and what kind of customers they're going after, and their brand voice and all those kinds of things. And it's not the easiest thing in the world, and especially not easy to do over the long haul, which is why I've seen a lot of prospective clients when we talk to them, they just stop doing it after a while, or they only post like once every month or two or year, right? It gets tiring, and like they don't know what to say, and they feel like they've said everything, but the audience hasn't heard it all either, right? So there's just, you could say this, you could talk about the same topic, but just with different creative, slightly different copy. You can mix things up, but you need to still be telling your audience why it is that the thing you're talking about is important to them. As an example, I mean, Halloween, is it really a year-round holiday? Yeah, for you, yeah. And you have found the people who want it to be year-round, right?
Exactly. And that's the thing. I will see a drop off November 1, and that's okay. That's okay. Like that season is over. But for someone who's running a law firm, that's important to them to be constantly in the community eye in some way. And if they can't do that through other, sources of, or medium sources like television or radio and whatnot, like social media is one of those aspects. And I think you're right. I think it is for them, it's a constant storytelling. So while it may seem like it's the same, it's really not. Like they are a company that is constantly evolving every year that they are open, and therefore that social media is the same way. It is constantly evolving where that company goes. And so I look at it as if social media was as big as it is now 15 years ago, you would see a huge, evolution of these companies in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it's very much that way.
Awesome. Well, James, hey man, I really appreciate you being on the team, and I appreciate you carving out a few minutes to talk to the audience and to me.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, bud. Take care.
Take care.